It's 33 degrees at the moment. Probably LPG in the heat. It's not great, is it? You know, I mean, that's probably the longest it's been driven in how long?
That's been, yeah.
So Bremy, we're on our way down to sunny Gippsland. You've found a F-truck, I believe.
New project car starts here. Yeah, got the bloody long drive down the M1 all the way down to outback Victoria almost. So I'm a bit afraid actually because if anyone's seen the movie Wolf Creek and knows the guy in it, Mick Taylor, he's from outback Australia and he drives a blue F-truck, and the photos I've seen, this is a blue F-truck too, so just afraid we might end up a head on a stick. So if you don't hear from us, this video doesn't get out, you know what's happened.
Hopefully it doesn't take too much effort to get the thing running and started.
Yeah,
it's not clearly it's sitting outside, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I think the guy bought it a couple of years ago or something, and he got it as sort of a package with a car trailer and this F-350 with the banana back car carrier on the back of it, and he's used the trailer plenty, but he had, you know, obviously like what people do, they buy cars as projects and then sometimes one thing leads to another and nothing gets done with it, so it's sort of just sat around for the last couple of years and he's not even sure if what condition it is in mechanically, so we don't even know if this thing will actually start. So
what's under the bonnet? I'm assuming it's got an Alice in it?
It's got a V8, it's got a good old Aussie Ford Cleveland.
Aussie Ford Cleveland?
Yeah, I don't think... 351 Cleveland, yeah. So I think they came factory, it's 1978 F-350. These things come factory with sort of they call Canadian 300 cubic inch straight 6, and I think there might have been an option for a 460 cubic inch big block, but neither of those are in this. It's got a 351 Cleveland, so I think most of North America had Windsors mainly. A lot of the Australian cars had Clevelands, and Cleveland's really good cylinder head on it compared to Windsors. Some people even do what they call a Cleavor, which is Windsor bottom end, Cleveland head. So
yeah, that's pretty common.
Yeah, it's it'd be a good starting base. So best thing about a Cleveland is it's got factory exhaust manifolds on it. You can just flip those from left to right bank, face them forward, and voila, instant turbo manifold. So that could come in handy.
And you said earlier the thing's on straight gas.
It's on straight gas, so
which in Australia it's propane and butane. But
yeah, that's right. So it's a LPG.
A bit less propane these days, I believe.
Yeah, LPG, liquid petroleum gas. So it's not gas like American gas, petrol. It is. It's literally it goes in as a liquefied
is it going to have
gas
any gas
pressure.
in the tank?
These are all the things we'll find out. So if it's empty, we're in trouble. But I guess one of the positives of the LPG setup is that we won't have to worry about rusted out lines or the needle and seat on a carburetor being stuck, or you know, the mechanical fuel pump having a broken push rod or something like that, or lines rotted. I guess with the gas, it'll either flow and work or it won't. From what we can see on the photos, one of the tyres is totally dry rotted. The others sort of look all right, so we'll have to replace that one straight away. There's a little bit of rust in it from what I can see, so we'll have a look at that. We'll have to cut that out and obviously change all the fluids, get it ready for roadworthy. I think the front kingpins need doing, so we'll do those. Probably replace all the bushes as well. I'd definitely like to modernise it, so EFI will be something, because I don't want to run it on gas. I'll run it on petrol. So I'll get rid of the LPG system and I'll do an EFI conversion to it. So we'll do fuel injection.
So I think first and foremost we'll get the thing up and running.
Yeah.
And roadworthy and safe to drive, and
yeah,
getting everything, little things fixed, and then we'll start modifying.
This is good. I couldn't find my other one, but this is like, just say we have a pinhole in a radiator hose. You wrap this around it and it like fuses it on there so you can get to wherever you're going to go or whatever. So that is definitely one that always sits in my toolbox.
You gonna buy some spark plugs for your GSR, Jordo?
I don't think they're selling these guys.
A few Ryco oil filters.
Try to find. I need this one. Z9.
Z9. Is that the same as a Barra?
I specifically. It might be, which might come in handy later on. Here we go. Z9. Done.
Big filter.
Big filter for a big engine. I was thinking of getting the gas range.
Oh yeah.
Because it's on LPG, but I wanted something a bit thicker than 10W.
Yeah, probably a 20 grade.
Yeah, so I'll get
2060.
extra 10.
So that'll be like honey.
This would be good.
For a 6-month oil change, a GSR would probably do what, 3 to 400 k's.
Yeah. These oils are good because they've got a lot of zinc in them, and zinc sits like properly on the bearing surface, and that too. It's like almost like a sacrificial protection layer. Now we're talking. Hey, have a look at that. Definitely need a set of those. Tyre repair in a can. So just in case we have a flat on the freeway, this is the lucky little quick job to plug a leak and get to the next truck stop type of thing. So
better grab one of them.
Yeah.
This is basically like a fake bead lock.
Look at this. It's an Interceptor with a drag slick bead lock. I need to get these on the 626. Project Redline fake bead locks.
They're fake bead locks. So they're basically they're just hubcaps.
Yeah, they're just bead lock.
Trim, yeah.
Look at that.
Just to go far out.
But they don't look too half bad.
Say that again.
From a distance, they look alright.
I beg your pardon. This is the edge of safety back in the
1990s.
80s and 90s.
Yeah.
Shit, who didn't have
Who
one
didn't
of
have a
these?
club
It's
lock?
an 80s immobiliser system.
You still see the old granny with the club lock and her old 30-year-old Corolla. And so I've just got here, and Broomy's over here checking out the F-truck. Let's go check it out. Some nice wiring in there.
So if you can see, this tyre is dry rotted to hell. Look at that. We get 200 metres down into the freeway. This thing had just ended up shrapnel all over the freeway. But who knows when this has been off? So this could really ruin our day. I've bought a blowtorch. I've bought a candlestick. I've bought everything for you. On-site sort of wheel stud repairs. These have been soaked in a bit of penetrine, but I'm hoping this beast of an impact gun saves the day. It's never let me down so far. I get a 54mm wheel nut off the back of the Mazda engines, the rotaries with these, so hopefully these, I think these are 1 1/16 wheel nuts. Let's see how we go. This could just really ruin our day. Let's see. Oh, please.
Too easy?
Oh, seriously, if you're working on cars, invest in a decent one of these. This is something like 1650 Newton meters breakaway torque.
I ended up with the same one. I can't believe how it just takes them off like butter.
It's got like some different torque settings.
You can run them on low speed and it still works well.
Yeah, so but I mean on number 3, this is basically the no bolt's going to stand up to this bullshit button. So that's probably just saved us a few hours. So you think about it, how much money you spent buying one of these, but this could have just literally been the difference between towing this car home and wasting a couple of hours. So worth its weight in gold.
That's the stuff I used on the wheels. Made those wheel nuts come off nice and easy.
Yeah. How heavy is this thing?
Yeah. Jesus. A lot of this sort of stuff just looks cosmetic, so it's probably one of the biggest benefits. It's actually got the bed on it already. We don't have to make the frame as long as it's as structurally sound and as sturdy as I want it to be. So, I mean, yeah, this stuff's just cosmetic. As we knew, 351 Cleveland and a free twig. It's got a dual battery setup, but no battery here yet, so we'll have to put a battery in. A few little oil leaks. So it's actually got a Gilmer drive setup. Standard
Single
normal
gas,
fan.
Single gas converter.
Yeah, so it's got a gas.
What carb?
It's just a gas. It's got a gas carb. I don't know if it's Imco one or something, but it's just got an adapter, like a Speco adapter plate, and then a gas carby. Yeah, and then some absolutely horrendous wiring. So I guess we've got to see if we can get this thing going.
Yeah.
Don't know when it last moved, but hopefully it turns over. We'll put a battery in it now, and fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. So have a little bit look at some of the cosmetics here. Shut this. There's a bit of a crack on the paint here. So it looks like someone's had, like, apparently these are notorious for a bad bonnet catcher, so this sort of just comes up here and hooks over, latches over as a secondary latch to hold it down. I think someone else has had a different one there. Paint's a bit ruined here. There's a little bit of rust there. There's some rust up here.
Hey, check out the door trims. Pretty cool.
What is this, an XD Falcon?
I was going to say XD Falcon door handle. No, that one still works. So.
Oh, killer.
Look at that. Might actually take this back and put some Merbo on here.
I like it. What's that covering up?
Hopefully there's actually still some door behind here and not erroneous amounts of rust. You can see there's some rust in the drip rail here and that, but whatever, that's fine. I mean, you can even, if you really wanted to, shave this drip rail off and then smooth it out a bit. All that sort of does is funnel the water away from the door channels.
Some of the cab mounts are a bit... How are you going under there?
Rubber mounts.
Alright, I guess I better go get a battery and see if this thing actually does anything, because it's no use looking at it for the next few hours in detail if it ain't going to start and drive, because we've got a long drive back, so we actually need to call a tow truck, especially it being a public holiday today. It could be a long wait, so alright, let's go get a battery. Alright, I've just noticed something. There's no battery terminals. So I don't even know where half this wiring goes to. So let's go see where we can steal some battery terminals from. Duct tape, zip ties, fix everything. Everything. Trust me, I'm a professional. Probably only got to get down the road to that super cheap auto.
Yeah, and then see if you need anything else.
And then if we can get some battery terminals there, then it'll be all good. Battery is in. It's in the stable, so I'll whack a bit more tape on this before we go, but it's impossible to trace the wiring on this thing. So first thing I'm going to do is actually see if the starter motor even works. Who knows, it might start, hopefully, but we'll see. We'll start with hopefully it just kicks over first. Didn't even sounded like it wanted to kick, so I'll have to go over the wiring and see if this coil might be dead or something, or whatever, some of the other wiring here for the gas stuff. I heard it click, but I don't know if that was up here at the tank, so I'll grab my multimeter now and start checking a few things. Alright, so there was a ground missing off here, and one of the wires come loose off this lock off, so fingers crossed we should see signs of life now. Definitely running a bit rough. It sounds
just a little.
Right.
How bloody silly.
It sounds like it's got a vacuum leak as well, so I don't think the vacuum leak will be helping its cause, because you can smell the gas, and that's not just gas out the exhaust. I know that smell well. I play with a lot of LPG cars over here, and that's gas straight out the intake. So yeah, it runs, but hopefully it drives. But this is definitely a good start. fucking stupid thing. Look at this. You can tell this engine's not factoring this because the sump plug is literally right on top of the cross member. So now it's just pissing out oil everywhere.
Just lubricating your cross member.
Look at it blowing in the wind everywhere. Shit, I'm gonna get covered in oil.
Yeah, this is gonna be another. This is gonna be another monster.
I'm 6'2" and I can barely reach into the engine bay. What if you were a midget?
Yeah, but everyone in America's got a hoist, dude.
A lift, you mean?
A lift.
It's not a hoist, it's a lift. Oh, I always like to use a decent brand oil filter because the cheap no-name brands versus a well-known brand like Ryko. There's normally only like $1 or $2 difference or something, so they're only hand tight. You don't have to be Hercules to put those on.
Bullshit. I'll put them on as tires. You can put them on.
Loctite.
I don't put them on that tight at all.
Loctite and the
Never
rattle
had them
gun.
leak.
So you're going to chuck that straight in the 626.
This looks new. Look at that. It's only black. Oil's meant to go dirty. Spencer's doing its job. 3 litres come out.
Actually, got to add on the 1 litre on the ground and the 2 litres on the cross member.
It runs, it starts. We've changed out the tyre. Time to get on the road. Hopefully we make it home. Hey! I don't know if I should put my fingerprints on that or not. This could be Mick Taylor's car. Just put that one back there. Just clean my fingerprints off that one. Brakes work.
Don't know if you're going to be doing 100 on the freeway.
I don't know if you'd want to be around me doing 100 on the freeway, to be honest.
It's pretty loose, and we're doing all of 60 k's an hour.
Yeah, apparently the front suspension, the kingpins are wrecked in it, so it feels alright on the open road.
It feels a lot better on this road than the other road, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Lucky it's not raining, because have a look at those windscreen wipers.
What speed is that?
80, 79, 80.
Okay, 80. So 2.4 is 80.
Okay, we're going to gas up or LPG up.
LPG up.
LPG it up. So I've just picked it up, roomy, just cruising it back to Melbourne.
Yeah, she's driving okay. Temp's holding. We've got LPG in the tanks. She's driving all right. Doesn't like to drive that much at 60, but we've had it at 80 already on one of the roads, and drives really nice when it's 80 plus. So we're almost. It's actually a little bit of traffic thing. It's Australia Day weekend. A lot of people coming home. So hopefully, once we get it out onto the actual freeway, it's mainly freeway all the way home. So it's a decent drive home. We've got 2 hours to go basically. So hopefully we get through all this nonsense here.
The temp crept up to 90 when we were back in that traffic, and now it's
dropped down.
Yeah, it's dropped down to about 86. So
that's all right.
It's all right.
As long as it doesn't skyrocket over 100 and the water can stay in the engine block, I'm more than happy.
But our support vehicle, Jordo's just taken off. He's done a top gear and just left us for dead.
He's air-conditioned comfort.
Air-conditioned.
I feel like this is like a...
We've got air conditioning.
It's true. It's on full at the moment. I feel like this is almost like a set of a movie where they're on a green screen. They're pretending to turn the steering wheel when they're driving.
Oh yeah.
Nothing's actually happening here. Bit of play in the steering rack. Yeah. We've got the GPS speedo on. So I'd say one thing: if anyone driving their car who just looks at their speedo and thinks that's the be-all and end-all and 100% accurate, just download a speedometer app and get on the freeway and do 100 kilometers and see what the GPS speedo actually says. I guarantee you, your speedo probably reads maybe 94, 95 kilometers an hour, and or it might read 100, and I bet you the GPS speedo reads 94. So you're actually going 6k slower than you should. So
yeah, but then they're not doing 100 on their speedo; they're doing like 97.
Yeah.
So they're probably doing 90.
Yeah. So if they're, obviously wipe off 5. You're going to save lives by not speeding, because that's the only thing that causes road accidents on the road, according to especially our communist state of Victoria. Yeah, they might do 95 on the freeway, which is actually realistically speed of 87, 88.
New to Australia, the new Silverado, Chevy.
Have a look at the size of that. Jesus.
Well, that's big in Australia, not really in the States, is it?
Why didn't they just call it a Canyonero? Canyonero.
Canyonero.
Now we're in 110 zone.
I'm sick of this shit. I'm going for it. How fast am I going?
So 3,000's about 105.
It's alright. The bloke behind us that was doing like 90 is now dropped in between Jordo and us when there wasn't even a gap really. Why do people do that shit for?
As soon as you leave a braking distance in Victoria, or Australia probably, it just gets filled up with another car. And then you look like you're tailgating them, and they drove into your space. It's 33 degrees at the moment. Probably LPG in the heat, it's not great, is it? And I mean, that's probably the longest it's been driven in how long?
It has been, yeah.
All you can smell is gas.
Gas.
I know.
It stinks. Like as if it's like has a leak. Like fucking hell.
I don't know if I was going to die of carbon monoxide poisoning or the heat. But,
How's the aircon in the F-truck?
I'm wrecked. I'm just going to go inside and sit in front of the aircon for the next hour. And I hope I live through the night. This thing's definitely going to get air conditioning in it.
Yeah, it needs it. You know, one thing though, it's not like a car, at least because of the cab, the sun isn't on you as bad.
I don't know. All the way back then I was driving, the sun was on me. It might not have been on your side. It was on my side, but holy Jesus.
But you made it here, right? Didn't like starting in hot weather.
No, it didn't want to start when it was hot at that servo, but tiny little spray of carby cleaner, kicked it into life, and then it's fine. So now it begins the real hard work. That drive home was hard enough, but nothing like what this has got in store for me now. So
at least it didn't break down.
Yeah, if
that would have been a fun day.
Yeah, if it blew a tyre or something like that, especially the heat today, just would have bring some toe mob. We made it when we were 100 k's away from the house. I was like, I don't care now, because with the RACV whatever that I've got on it, 100 k's within your house, free tow. So it was just, I saw that 100 kilometres from the distance to destination tick over, and I was like, that's it, not getting my hands dirty for the rest of the day now. If something happens, which is when it didn't start at the at that servo. I was worried, but I knew what it was. It's pretty common. So yeah. Onwards and upwards now.
All right. Thanks for watching the first episode of our F-Truck build. Now every project car needs a name, so we thought we'd leave that part to you guys. So throw your best suggestions below in the comments, and we'll choose our favourite for episode 2. And like always, support the people who support us.
Listen to that thumb clapper.
That doesn't sound like a 6-cylinder diesel.
What a thumb clapper.